Hello guys, we'll do Nusero today. So when you enter Nusero, there's many ways to go to level 2. Most mob level 1 are harmless, you can just drop right here. It will do like 10 damage to you and you can go to level 2 that way. I'd say do that every time if you wanna go to level 2. But you can do the big loop, the edge, and come by here. If you're a mage, your rune is probably here to gate. All mobs here are melee range, they don't do anything, and they drop 1 to 200 each. Not really worth farming, I'd say. So let's go to level 2. Alright, so there's a lot of dragon in Nusero. So if you come into this cave, so the Drake and the normal dragon, they do a targeted special attack. They cast like a fireball or a rock at you that will do 30 something damage. Let's just see. Nothing you can do to dodge it, you just eat it. So 35. But there's 3 of them in that cave, so I suggest not aggroing the 3 of them, because you can die one shot if they all throw the attack at the same time. Other than that, they will try to close the gap. They are a melee mob. Nothing too fancy. On the right side, you have 2 Earth Drake that boost their armor and they throw a ball at you for 35 damage as well, just like the Drake we killed. I can show you. There's one Invis mob around here. A chameleon or something. Not that big of a deal, he can backstab you for 30 something damage. They heal 1k, which is really good. If you go that way, there's 3 drakes as well, so it's good, but they can shoot you things and kill you one shot if you aggro the 3 of them. And the same thing on the right side, there's 1 or 2 there and 1 or 2 just south of here. So just kill them one by one. So just before going to level 3, let's show you the gate. So there's only one gate on level 2. It's that way. The adder is just a snake. If it attacks you in melee range, you can get poisoned. That's it. I think he yields like 700, 500. So the gate is right here. This is the only one. Just north of that, there's Dust Drake. This is the same as Mount Pitram. They do a cone attack in front of them. You can just sidestep them or run backward to dodge them. And they yield good money for what they are. So if you want to farm close to the gate, it's a nice spot. If we go just back west a bit, we missed the Ophidian spot. So there's 2 warriors and 1 mage. The mage is a spellcaster, he does nothing special, and the warrior as well. The warrior can poison you if he gets in melee range though. I think they should deal around 1k each, which is pretty nice. See, he just poisoned me. I suggest taking out the mage first. Oh, 700. If we go that way, there's some hatchling worth like 150 gold, and a bit down there there's more dragons. Ember dragon, they do a cone attack. You can dodge them just like the dust drake, step siding. You have more Ophidian mage and warrior here if you want to fight them. It's the same thing as we just did on the left. Here there's smoke drakes, so they go invis and they backstab you. So they can be deadly if the two jump on you at the same time. When you arrive here, sometimes they're not visible. You would just see their little black steps. And they yield 1k. So you see the black steps here? Bam, 40 damage. And when they go back invis, they do a cloud around them and it still hurts for 30 damage. So they can be pretty deadly, the two of them. Let's go to level 3 here. You have Eldritch Drake. Those Drake are spellcasters. They throw a ball at you, doing like 30 something damage, and it debuffs you your magic resistance. And since they will cast spell at you, you will just get more damage from them. There is 3 of them. He was about to cast the balls on me, but if they all throw the ball at you at once, you're probably dead. So just kill one by one. But they yield good money. They just suck when you're a mage. They're very resistant to magic. As I said, north of this, there's normal Ember Drake. They do cone attack. You will see them in level 3. So level 3, there's a lot of dragon also, instead of drakes, so it's just bigger version. Ophidian Dragon Guard is the same as the warrior, but a bit tougher. So they can poison you in melee range. And there's a shaman here. Sometimes he aggro you from the top, which sucks. But yeah, they yield a bit more gold, around 1k each. Yeah, 1.2k. Here we have 6 dragon. 6 or 7. Fuck, I did aggro the mage. So air dragon. They throw a ball at you doing like 40 damage each, so I suggest just tagging one at a time. And they yield like 1.2 to 1.5k each. Yep. So now my lightning did aggro the other one. There's the same at the bottom, normal dragon, but they shoot a ball at you, doing like 40 damage. Just pass them. You can go south to the Undercity, I will show you that a bit later. If you go north here, there's some wyvern, a meaty mob that does poison damage. They're okay-ish to kill, they heal around 1k each. If they hit you with the poison, it is lethal poison, so it hurts a lot. Just before the mini room, we have a shaman, a mage 2 warrior, and a bone wisp. This is deadly one as well. I suggest skipping that part, just run through. They all heal like 1.2k each. So here we have the only portal of level 3. Living Flame, we saw that in Inferno, they pew pew. Fire Elemental, they pew pew a bit more, like they throw you 2 or 3 attack. We saw the Flame Purger in Inferno as well, they throw you Fireball, it can hit 1 or 2 times. They're not that tanky though. We also saw the Volcanite in Inferno, same things, it spits at you and make you bleed. I'll let it... Oh, yeah. Smoke Dragon, yeah, surprise. It's the same as the Smoke Drake level 2, but just bigger and stronger. So it does damage when he goes away and when he attacks back. Might have to spawn. Nope. Uh, 1.5k, really nice. There's more Ophidiant warrior and mages there. This is a very big room. Yeah, so she put me the bleeding on me. Lava Elemental, same thing as in Inferno. Have a chance to drop something on your feet that does damage. You need to step away. And when it dies, it lay little eggs around that does the same thing. Like this. A warrior, a bone wisp, 2 more warrior, and there's a mage. Very deadly area. Kite them one by one if you can. Ember dragons. They do a cone attack in front of them. They heal 1.5k. Eldritch dragon, so it's the bigger version of the Eldritch Drake. They do the same thing. One big ball that debuff you magically. I can kill one for you. But there's 3 grouped together, so if they all hit you for 40, you're pretty much fucked. Even one can be pretty rough. Yeah, 2.5k. Here there's a demon that spawned. It's a molten infernal, like we saw in Inferno. Lot of same mobs. Drop a pool under your feet of fire, a bonfire, you need to move. If you want to go to the boss room, you can. There is one tile you can rope from here to like here. I'd suggest not doing it alone because there are a lot of mobs waiting for you at the other side. You cannot go back the same way though when you're done. Let's go across the bridge. First you can cross the bridge or you can rope through it. I could rope through here. I can rope through here. I can even shoot since I'm an archer. So all these are Ember Drakes or Dragon. They do a cone attack in front of them. Must be a thief. This can be rough because there are 2 demons waiting for me there. I don't want to aggro them. That's the Infernal Demon, same thing. Put fire under you and cast spell. And there's Molten Demon. Do a AoE around. And there's a Smoke Invisible Drake after that, so if you try to just run past, you might get just fucked with the backstab. But yeah, every demon 2 point something K, really good. They're weak to physical damage. Oh, I think it just respawn. Because, okay, yeah, normally spawns there. But yeah, there's 2 Ember Dragons here that spawn. There's 2 there plus 2 Drakes. There's 1 or 2 corpse Flame Purger. So it's a very deadly area. And just a bit more there, there's a Smoke Drake, we just saw it. Should be able to see, yeah. So very deadly area. There's 1 or 2 more invisible just north here. This is the biggest room. There's 1 Earth Dragon here, 1 other here. There's 2 demons here. In the back, you have more dragons. Yeah, there's 1 invisible on me. Yeah, and there's another one coming. You can see his little black steps. Will hit me soon, or he has despawn. Yeah. But yeah, solo here is very hard. I suggest being at least 2. There's like 6 dragon spawns and 2 demons, so it can be pretty rough. Let's go a bit south. So Harvestman, it's a spider. It can charge at you. It will... Fuck. It can charge at you. It will put a bleeding and a disease at you if it does, which sucks. I'm not sure if you can even dodge it. Down there you have Sunworm, but just before that, Cave Dracolist. It will drop something on top of my head, you can dodge it. Yeah, it drops like pillars, just run away. It does 40-ish damage. Other than that, it's a melee mob. $1.2k, very nice. So on the left, I'd never bother there. So the ghostly tamer, they will work with the dragon. They cast spells and they debuff you or hit you, whatever, and they're invisible. It's not worth it because every tamer has a fairy's close, so they can just backstab you and surprise you. The sun worms area. So the worm and the baby and the daddy The daddy it does exactly the same as the baby, but stronger. What they do, I can show you. They will cast a fireball at you that will do a pillar of damage. The small one hit for like 30, 40, and the big one almost 50 to 60 damage, and you cannot dodge it. So this is before damage reduction, so a Dexter with DR would be able to manage that, but two at the same time can be pretty deadly. This one will throw like a harpoon at me. Not that big of a deal. It's a melee mob. Yeah, you saw it, he missed though. $1.2k. The Spine Breaker. This one does AoE spinning a bit like the Otug in Darkmire. Like this. It did 2 or 3 times. It sucks when it's spawned during boss run. But if you're ranged, you can just be out of range of it. $1.2k. I'll try to show you just the baby version of the Sunworm. Yep, 45 damage just for the small one. So the daddy would hit even more. $1k for it. I think the daddy is 1.5. They used to be the best pet DPS summon on the bosses. I'm not sure if they are anymore. So this one throw the trident at me. There's a spine breaker that does the AoE. I want to show you the Azurworm. They are mostly the same as the Sunworm. They throw a blue ball at you that you cannot dodge. And you have the daddy and the baby version. It's exactly the same as the Sunworm. It's just like the attack change. So there's like 3 more mobs I want to show you. This one does a buff on himself, attack more accuracy and more damage, but it's a melee mob, so it doesn't matter for me or mages. It's just pretty tanky. $2k. Shock Trooper, same thing, he will try to throw a trident at me, or harpoon, whatever.
No.
So here I won't go there because it's a pain just to kill everything on the way. The Ruby worm, like the daddy and the baby version, does the same thing. They do a cone in front of them. It hurts like a fucking truck because when it hurts you, it debuffs your armor, so you take more damage. If they hit you and does the cone attack, just one can almost one-shot you. It's crazy. And then the last mob, the Ghostly Dragon Knight. They come in melee range and they try to do a AV hit on you. If you get hit by the Impale they do, I think it's like 60 damage and a AV bleeding, so you try to dodge it like you see and attempt to Impale. If you get hit by that, it hurts a lot. And their melee attack, they can hit one tile away from it. It's not perfectly 100% melee. I think they yield 1k. $800, not worth for the pain that you give. Shock Trooper, it's the same version as the blue. Throw a harpoon at you. Just a reskin of the blue one. More harvestmen and such. There's a zone around my cursor, just a bit north of here. We'll show you. Just after the dragon. They're Dust Dragon, I didn't show you that. They do a cone attack in front, easy to dodge, it's the same as in Mount Petrum. And before that there's a Wyvern, and normally there's 3 Stone Adder. You just kill them, they poison you in meter range, the Wyvern and the snakes. And that's about it for Nusero. It's very good, very high mob density. Trapper loves it here. Not much dots, disease and poison a bit, but not a lot. Mostly dragons. They're not hard to deal with, they just have a bunch. So that's it for Nusero.